Well, what's up everybody, Zero Ice playing more solo legendary Halo Reach. This time the level is New Alexandria, which is pretty much like half and half between being you driving this Falcon and being on the ground actually shooting people. I'm not going to show you a lot of the fly around Falcon parts because I think everybody's is going to be kind of different. Just make sure in your motion tracker you realize that anything that shows up as a dark red or kind of faded out red, like you see in the left hand side right now in front of me, those enemies are below you. And anything that's bright red is somewhere on your plane and above you. So bright red look in front or up, dark red or grayed out or whatever look below you. But essentially I'm just going to show you the parts where you're on the ground because that's really the only thing that takes figuring out. Everything else pretty much gives you an arrow. So the first part where you're landing, I try not to really shoot any of the Banshees unless they're right up in my shit. I let my two gunners worry about that. Other than that, when you land, there are two gun turrets, one on the left, one on the right. Banshees will start shooting at you and catching up with you, but that's fine. When you hit the ground, air units don't attack you anymore. So just get on the ground, get out of your Falcon, and you don't really have to worry about it anymore. My suggestion for this part is when you first land, make sure you kill the three grunts that were on the left if you haven't already, and then run up to the top. Up top there are two skirmishers that have needle rifles, and as we've said in Exodus, needle rifles and needlers pretty much destroy the shit out of some brutes, which are convenient because there are brutes on this level, quite a few of them. So 3 to 4 shot with the needle rifle will take out a brute, no problems. I had a suicide grunt, I guess, because it was one of the original 3 I didn't kill, and that brute was their leader. So I guess that was the situation with that. There's also some jackals with shields over on the right hand side. I ended up not killing him because he kind of fell off the edge, so that works out. But when you go inside, the whole point of this is you need to hit a disruptor beacon that's up there on the balcony, but you've got 4 hunters here. So my suggestion is jump off, grab this rocket launcher, and run to the right. Now I'm not sure if this is, I don't think it's kill based, so I guess it's got to be timer based, but if you wait long enough, I'm pretty sure you get a checkpoint and the activation switch comes on. But you've got rockets, so I say fuck that and kill this hunter. It takes 4 rockets to kill the hunter, and I guess once you kill him you can wait back and just wait for the checkpoint and the activation switch to actually go live. But I went up there and fucked with the other hunter because why not? I mean, if you kill him it's points, if you don't kill him, and then you just had fun. As you can see back there by the bar area, when you run out of rockets, there's another DMR with a 30 clip in it. Go ahead and pick that up. You should have a needle rifle and a DMR at this point. I think it's really the only weapons you can pick up. Green gun is not really necessary for most of this level. In fact, it's really only beneficial at about 2 places towards the end, and even then it's not needed. So here I am just screwing with the hunter for no reason until the checkpoint happens, and when the checkpoint happens I see that it goes, activation switch turns on, so I'm like screw this, turn it on, and then just run out. Get back in the Falcon and you are set with a checkpoint to go and defend a pelican from some Banshees. Should be pretty easy. If you shoot long enough at the actual Phantoms, you can kill them. They're worth 1,500 points if you have no skulls turned on Legendary. They take a lot of time and a lot of shots to kill them, so you're more than welcome to do that, but I think it kind of distracts you and gets you too far away from the objective. This is just showing you some more clips of it. This is near the checkpoint. Things can get kind of hairy with 4 to 6, sometimes 7 and 8 Banshees all up in your grill. Just make sure that you kind of keep flying around, keep moving, change your altitude at different times. Just make it harder for them to hit you. As you can see, there are some turrets on top of buildings as well. And keep in mind that your 2 people on your Falcon, the 2 passengers, are really good shots. And they're really helpful. There was a few times that I was trying to get away from dying and they actually were the ones to kill the Banshees. This next little area is the same thing. It's kind of, there's more Banshees and you actually have to clear the landing platform. This is just after the Pelican dropped off the people on that building roof. And as you can see, there's quite a few Banshees that spawn and try and kill them. This next little building that you're supposed to go to, There's a turret on the left and to the right. I had some benches behind me, so I was just trying to get down. But like I said, your gunners are really good, and they were able to take out both the left and the right turret. But if they don't, keep in mind that there are 2 turrets that are right there. Up the staircase, you're going to get a couple of grunts, followed by a handful of jackals with shields. Over on the right balcony, you can easily take them out from here. There's going to be a jackal with a beam rifle that's a pain in the ass. And then once you get past that, you're looking at 1 to 2 brutes, and then an armored brute all the way at the end before the elevator. It's really not that bad. Just peekaboo at these stairs. Make sure you look over to the right and take off that jackal. He's always standing there looking at you. But that beam rifle will fuck your day up. So you can shoot the jackals or throw a grenade. That's what I like to do. At least to make them stand up easier. I hate jackals. Anybody listen to this New Week's on Wednesday, October 13th, Drunk Take Podcast by Rooster Teeth, you'll know that I'm not alone in the fact that I hate Exodus and that brutes suck ass and jackals suck ass. Little plug for Rooster Teeth there. Great podcast, funny as shit. Then you switch to your needle rifle every time you get the brutes. Like I said, it's easy 3-shot super combined kill. It's also a 3-shot headshot kill if you can shoot them twice to knock off their little helmet, and then once in the head you get a super combined and a headshot. Well, I don't know if you get both. I don't know what the game would default to. You could take the staircase on the right. It's probably a little faster. I just wanted to see if I could come up here and get some ammo or maybe some plasma grenades. But I couldn't. But the shielded elite came and wanted to rescue me from my life. So I took him out. This next little area you'll notice is Reflection, the multiplayer map. It's the reinvention of Ivory Tower. When you walk in here, it is down in the back by the elevator. There's no enemies in here until you push the button. Once you push the button, you get those little flying insect fuckers that are really hard to shoot with this bolt action single shot, like the DMR. So my suggestion is to just run. Just run as fast as you can. As you see, I was waiting, even though I had sprint. I wanted to sprint through this hallway because I know that there are enemies there. And you want to sprint that last little bit because stopping for a run is not going to be fun. That rhymed. I'm a poet and shit. After you get in the Falcon once again, you're told to come rescue some ODST Marines from hunters and shit. When you get over here, there's 2 hunters and a turret on the building. Not that difficult to take out, but, you know, takes a lot of shots because hunters suck. In the unlikely event that a couple of banshees show up, I would try and shoot the hunters first and then kill the banshees because the hunters are part of the objective. I left this in a little bit longer only because I have no fucking idea how I got a splatter kill. But somehow when I killed that banshee, it fell and landed on something and got a splatter kill. This is the next little area when you run in here. As you can see, there's an engineer, but you have the 4 grunts are all sleeping. So you can assassinate 2, maybe even 3. I started running, and I think that's what made them hear me. So if you don't sprint, you might be able to get all 4. The engineer is in the middle. Just make sure that you can't just shoot him straight because those are glass beams that go around the top and lower half of the ramps, and that prevents you from shooting out. Now, there's a lot of the end of the video, and I didn't want to break it up into 2 videos because there's no good spot to break it up in. So the rest of the video is pretty much sped up so that I could fit all of it in within 15 minutes, and I barely do. So I'm sorry this is a long video, and it may go kind of quickly. But just so you know, there's a lot of enemies, 5 to 6 on every level. There's a shoddy ammo, and then 2 more armor abilities, but why would you not keep sprint? Except for that one time when I said armor lock was good. At the bottom of the level, there's a whole bunch of grunts. I believe maybe there's a brute, but I know that there's some brutes. And a whole bunch of grunts. And I think all the jackals are up top. I don't think there's any jackals with shields down below. Just keep in mind, like you just saw there is glass, so you can't shoot those jackals from there. You have to wait till they get into some clearing. And I hate jackals. I hate when they do that, when they stack up against each other and their shields are like in a line, so even if you knock one up, The other one's shield is right in front of him, so you can't get a headshot. So not only do you waste ammo trying to shoot him, and he's just blocking it, but neither of them are dead, and you're down ammo. It's fucking annoying. Just make sure you kill everything in here, especially that shielded grunt or brute. Fuck, I can't talk today either. It's early in the morning, sorry. Just make sure you kill him because he has a needle rifle, and you're about to fight a whole bunch of brutes. So obviously the needle rifle is going to be major ponage. I wouldn't shoot long off and work your way forward. I would shoot one side of the hallways and just use everything else for cover. So like I'm using this plant, shooting between the plant, and I'm able to get 1 or 2 kills without them actually moving around too much. As you can also see, every brute in here has armor lock, which makes that even just so much better. A lot of times they'll just rush to the back into the middle, so once you kill 2 or 3 up front, you have to run to the back. There's also a staircase that's over here on the right hand side that brutes will just run up and can potentially get behind you. And as you can see, there's also an engineer all the way back by the energy beacon that you have to deactivate. There's health in quite a few places along the wall. If it's possible to just wait and use those in the second half, that'd be best, because in the second half there's going to be those jetpacking elites that are kind of annoying and they shoot really quickly, so you may need the health there. I would also save your needle rifle if you can until you get these 2 or 3 shielded brutes. I say that because one of them has a needle rifle, so you want to make sure that you kill him quickly so that when you make your little run for it back here, you're able to sneak in, grab the extra needle rifle ammo, and now you've got plenty of ammo to kill the remaining brutes before or after you hit the activation button. Just keep in mind that when you hit the activation button, it's going to send in jetpacking elites, so you could have double the enemies. They usually don't spawn though until, or they don't spawn to come up past that little walkway overpass. So you're kind of okay, I guess, if you hit it before the brutes, but I mean, you don't want to get overwhelmed in Legendary ever. What I used to do is, these you can pick off from last to first. It doesn't matter what order you kill them in. They don't run away. They always stay in here, and they always shoot at you. And they always seem to jump right as you have right as you take out their shields, which is so convenient because they all look the same. They're approximately 5 to 6, so just keep that in mind when you're shooting them. When you get down to that low, you're probably okay to peek your head out a little bit more and either continue on or try and find that last one that you need to kill. I would recommend killing all of these only because the next little area you've got some things to kill, and you don't want one of these coming behind you and taking out your shield when you could have prevented all of that. And if you haven't already used the health, go ahead and pick it up. I believe I already picked it up though. So in this little room, there's 2 or 3 skirmishers up on the walkway that have needle rifles. Sometimes one gets away, like I had one of mine did, and he runs actually up the stairs. There are 1 or 2 skirmishers up the stairs that come along with them, but there's also a heavily shielded elite with a concussion rifle in this room as you're backtracking. So that's kind of annoying, but that's also why you want to kill all the jetpacking elites, because while you're doing this, they could just be shooting you and taking out your zoom and everything from the right hand side, and that's just annoying. But this is pretty much the end of the level. Once you get out of it, they tell you to come and help support the hospital from it being taken over. There's a phantom that flies around that drops units as well as turrets. I actually had to wait a second for him to start dropping the turrets. I tried to take the phantom out before he dropped any to see if maybe that just ends it right there, because technically there are no turrets at this point. But then I noticed that the 3 in the back are either already there or there's a phantom that spawns and kills them that you're not aware of. So either way, you're going to have to kill some turrets. But they're pretty simple. They're all in the 6 buildings that surround the hospital, and generally, most of the time, they're more concerned with shooting the actual hospital and not you. So you can take them out right as your reticle turns red, and I believe you're like just out of range, so they don't even fuck with you. But it's really easy. I killed the first 2 as the phantom was spawning it. You could have tried to keep killing the phantom if you wanted to, get an extra 1,500 points, but it's not really necessary. When you take out the 6th one, be prepared to move on.